from now will be 6 million cars, and that's a huge number. By the way, we will still be only at 32, penetration will be only 32 per 1,000 people, as against maybe 700 for the more developed countries. So the upside is really huge. To look at it in another way, Maruti will be doing 4 million vehicles by 2030, and what took us 40 years to reach this 2 million mark, the next 2 million should come in 6 years. That is the big change that you see, not only in the industry, it is across industries in India. And that is what we should all be proud of for what has been done in our country. Component exports, also huge, almost 1.6 lakh crore. Component business is now almost 8 lakh crore. So why are we so confident about that 6 million? Why are we so confident India will be continue to be the third largest? Because of 3 reasons. One, we have very good manpower, skilled manpower, and that is something which the government has really pushed in the last few years, the upskilling and the reskilling of India. That should really help us going forward. Second is that in terms of technology, the digital, the industry 4.0 as they call, where digital is the base, in technology adoption as also in technology talent, India is the leading country in the world, whether it is terms of design or whether in terms of actually having such things as software for connected cars or software for autonomous cars. Nowadays, you may be knowing that earlier we used to call cars as wheels with data. Now we call cars as data with wheels. That is the extent of digitalization that has happened. And third is government policies. Of course, government policy has been really good when you look at manufacturing support from the government, PLI scheme, FAME for automotive. I think it's really good. And finally, I think the most important, a lot of investments coming in. The scale is huge. And that's because it's been driven by 2 things. The urbanization, which is now expected to be 41% by 2030 from the current 35% level. And the disposable income going up because the economy is doing so well. And they say that a lot of manufacturers, a lot of companies across the world, they are looking at what they call China plus 1 strategy. And China plus 1 mein jo 1 hai, that will be largely, India will have the largest component of that plus 1. Yeah, but the thing to clap for is not that India will have the largest part of that plus 1. I believe, Maruti Suzuki believes, that actually later on, people will be talking of India plus 1. And that is what, and you have seen a lot of investments coming in. That's why we are so confident our industry will do well in the next decade. The Bharat that we are building, Maruti Suzuki has announced 2 new plants, one in Kharkhoda, investment of 20,000 crore, one in a EV plant, 20,000 crore again, and a 10,000 crore investment by Suzuki in battery and battery-related components. Hyundai has announced 20,000 crore, as also MG. I think we are moving towards global quality, and that means India will become a hub for even export of cars. And 2 things which we believe will drive is the sustainability and the safety, which is increasingly becoming the most important criteria for different aspects of business. So I think overall, you heard the Chief Minister of Assam speaking. I think we are looking at a new India, and I'm not talking in political context. I'm talking only from a pure manufacturing and a pure industry context. We talked about scale, we talked about skill, we talked about speed, but I think the most important thing, and I will end my talk with that, the most important thing we believe at Maruti Suzuki that is actually propelling the growth in industry, and whether it is politics, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is whatever, it is this new India is being propelled by this great self-belief and the spirit that we have had. The spirit has actually multiplied, it has actually grown in the last few years, and I think there will be no more stopping for us. I just came from a seminar where one person was saying that going forward we have to maintain that spirit, and of course we should now hunt across the world in packs and not just as individuals, and that will be the new India of the next decade. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Srivastava, for sharing the intricate and far-sighted vision of Maruti Suzuki, and we wish you all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, from powering up India's future in mobility to deliberating on Bharat's role beyond its borders, it is now my honor to introduce our next guest, His Excellency, Mr. Mohammad Nasheed, the former president of the Maldives, who has repeatedly spoken vociferously about the role India can play.
If you're someone who procrastinates a lot, no matter how hard you try, but you cannot get things done, then listen to me.